those who stand for nothing fall for everything is one of the most important quotes that helped lead the founding fathers of our nation to win the American Revolution and then go on to create the greatest country in the entire world. But who was the man behind all of this inspiration? His name was Alexander Hamilton. He was one of the 12 founding fathers, and he was also the first Secretary of Treasury of the United States. His story leaves us with lots of important morals that we can apply to our everyday lives. So today, I'm going to share with you the legacy of Alexander Hamilton. Let's begin with his journey to America. According to Ron Chernow from the novel Alexander Hamilton, he was born either January 11, 1755 or 1757. He grew up in Charleston, the capital of the island of Nevis and the Caribbean. In 1765, his father left the family and his mother became extremely ill. This left him very poor. In 1768, his mother passed away, and he began working as a clerk at the age of 11. In his spare time, he enjoyed writing. When a hurricane struck the town in 1772 and destroyed everything, he wrote about the hurricane. His work impressed the people of the town so much that they decided to pool their money to send him to King's College in New York City. Hamilton wanted to become part of the war so that he could prove that even though he was an orphan, he too could help to change the world. Through several volunteer efforts at King's College, he eventually became captain of an artillery. George Washington was so impressed with him that he decided to make him his aide-de-camp, or his right-hand man. He was easily one of the most brilliant men in New York City at the time. Some of his accomplishments include founding the Federalist Voting Party, writing 51 of the 83 Federalist Papers that ratified the Constitution, and becoming the chief architect of the American financial system that is still used today. Today, we also find his face on the $10 bill, which he is one of 2 non-presidents that are found on American currency. While accomplishing all of this, he also raised a family. In 1780, he married Elizabeth Schuyler, the daughter of one of the richest men in New York. They then went on to have 8 children. Then many scandals occurred throughout their relationship that ended in them breaking it off. However, he continued to work and improve America. Their oldest son, Philip, at the age of 19, was challenged to a duel. Hamilton told him to proceed to the duel, but to fire his gun into the sky, to show that he was a man of honor. They proceeded to the duel, and Philip was then struck and killed. This rekindled the relationship between Elizabeth and Hamilton, and for the next 3 years they lived extremely happy lives. However, he too had an extremely tragic ending. After the election of 1800, where Aaron Burr lost to Thomas Jefferson for president, Aaron Burr accused Hamilton of manipulating the votes in Jefferson's favor. Now, going back in time, Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton were what some may call frenemies. Burr was one of Hamilton's first friends when arriving in America. However, through several different political disputes, they then became enemies. Burr challenged Hamilton to a duel. Hamilton accepted and did not inform his wife of the duel. However, he did leave her a letter ending in, "Adieu, best of wives and best of women. Embrace all of my children for me. Ever yours, A.H." Hamilton and Burr traveled across the Hudson River to New Jersey to the exact same spot where Philip had died 3 years prior. Burr believed that because Hamilton was wearing his glasses, he was going to take deadly aim. However, Hamilton fired his gun into the sky. Meanwhile, Burr shot Hamilton and killed him. This is not where his story ends, though. His wife, Elizabeth Schuyler, then proceeded in carrying on his legacy. She helped to raise funds in D.C. for the Washington Monument, speak out against slavery, and found the first private orphanage in New York City in his honor. Looking back on his legacy, we can take so many important lessons to put into our lives, including hard work, dedication, and everything we need to succeed. In conclusion, the United States of America would not be the same if it was not for Alexander Hamilton.